Welcome, guys. So, today we are going to talk about shutdown modes in Oracle. What are the shutdown modes available and how they are different from each other? Okay, so let's talk about it. So, we have four shutdown modes in Oracle. One is shutdown immediate, shutdown transactional, shutdown normal, and shutdown abort. These are four shutdown modes available. We can choose one of them based on our requirement. Okay, so let's discuss in detail about these modes. So first is shutdown immediate. This module shuts down. In this mode, the Oracle shut down the database immediately, regardless of any active transaction. If there is any active transaction, the no matter uh, if how much time will it take, or Oracle just shut down the database and it rolls back any uncommitted transaction and terminates the user session abruptly. Immediate shutdown is useful when you need to bring down the database quickly, but it can result in data loss or transaction rollback. Okay, so our active transactions are terminated in this mode, and uncommitted changes which are not committed to the database, those are rolled back. Those transactions are rolled back. Okay, if those are not committed, or those are rolled back. And the second thing about these are Oracle, after commit uncommit terminating after all the transactions, Oracle then performs a checkpoint and then close the online data files. Like, checkpoints are very required for the database recovery. So Oracle performs a checkpoint and then closes the online data file. The next mode we are, and the syntax for shutting down the database in this mode is very easy. For all those modes are very easy, like shutdown immediate, shutdown transactional, shutdown normal, and shutdown abort. All those are same. You just need to mention this. So the syntax is just simple: shutdown immediate, and the database will shut down in immediate mode. Okay, so the next one is shutdown transactional. This mode allows currently running transactions to complete, but it prevents new transactions from starting. So from its name, it is clearing. It is transactional, like the transactions which are going on. It lets them to complete only, but it's not allowing other transactions to start or other users to make the connections from the database. So it waits for the active transactions to be finished before shutting down the database. Okay, so in this also Oracle performs the checkpoint before shutting down and close the online data files. Okay, so by this mode, like if the transactions are getting completed and then Oracle shut down the database, so by this database gets into a consistent state. So if you have some time and that shutdown is not required at the same moment, like um, there is not a immediate requirement for the shutdown, so you just need to do the shutdown transactional, so that uh, database will be in consistent state and every transaction gets completed which is running now. Okay, so the next mode is shutdown normal. This is the default shutdown mode and it's the most, if we do not mention anything, if we do not mention shutdown immediate, shutdown transactional, shutdown abort, or if we just do not mention anything, if we just put the shutdown, then the database will go into shutdown normal mode. In this mode, the database waits for all the connected users to disconnect before shutting down the database. Like if they are connected users, they are making some transaction, they are reading or writing data from it. So the database waits for them, and once they are disconnected, then it will shut down the database. Okay, so here it is written: it waits till all the current transactions gets completed, and then it performs a checkpoint and then close all the online data files, so that they are not ready for transactions now, the data files. The syntax is same: shutdown normal, or you can just put the shutdown. The last one is shutdown abort. This mode is the best most like not the best. This is the most abrupt way. This we do not usually recommend this way for shutdown the database. It terminates all the sessions of the users and rollbacks any active transactions immediately without waiting for them to complete. It does not perform a clear shutdown, may result in transaction rollback and data inconsistency. So Oracle closes the data file without waiting for anything. Like if any transaction is in the middle of, if user is reading data, if user is updating anything, it doesn't care about that. It just closes the connections and everything just uh, goes down within a seconds. Okay, so this is the fastest mode. If something is your production things are down and some running script which is not causing any uh, performance or which is degrading the performance or some is locking up the database, that transaction is going running now. So you can just do this so that if that transaction is not required and that is just killing your time and space, so that in that case you can only do shutdown abort. In rest of the cases you can do shutdown normal and shutdown transaction if something is going on. This is the fastest mode that it doesn't wait for anything, but instance recovery is required at the next startup. So the next time you start the database, it will take time. Okay, so if there is some other things are going on, then not from that query which is just consuming the space or just some ETL or something. So if that is not just the required script required query which is going on, you can do this. But if there is something important going on, you just do those things, those modes or normal or um, immediate or transaction. This we no one recommends this in any condition. If those are not working, in that case, like if production is down, if something you can decide what the requirement of your system. In that case you just require do this, else you do the other modes. Okay, the syntax is also same, shutdown and then abort. Okay, so all the shutdown modes mentioned above, like for all four modes, are on the server side. User who is running the SQL on accessing the database on client side, that is not able to shut down the database. These are only uh, uh, on the database side, like server side. Okay, and typically by a privileged user like a DBA or someone who has access to DBA or access to shut down the database. Only those can do this. Okay, so you can choose these shutdown modes based on your requirement of the project. Okay, so thank you, and we will be talking in the next session. Thank you.